Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I'm Tony Tone. I got another one for you. Let's
Let's
ride.
ride.
What up, everybody? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Got my new Fold 3, and I got something for you haters today. Got something for you haters. And I gotta admit, I think I'm gonna kind of troll today. A little bit. I mean, a little bit of trolling. But I mean every word that I say. So let's get into it. But before we get into it, first, let me shout out my boy Flossy Carter. He's now selling some merch, and I got my little angle levels increasing. And if you watch Flossy, you know about the angle levels when they increase when he tried to do unboxing. By the way, if you want to check out any video that reviews cell phones, speakers, or anything like that, Bluetooth headsets, Floss is the one to check out, man. He's the absolute king. Shout out, my dude. Shout out, shout out. Anyway, let's get into the Z Fold 3 hating. I've been watching a lot of reviews lately, and I don't know. I don't know. Something is going on. There seems to be some hate with the Fold 3, and I think it's because most reviewers are trying to fit this phone into the cell phone paradigm, which is not. This is really a tablet that has cell phone features as opposed to a cell phone that has tablet features. Number one, the under display camera. I hear reviewers say all the time that this under display camera is an eyesore. They say it's a distraction element. They say it's a problem because it gets in the way of your viewing sometimes, even though it's under the display. I even heard one reviewer, I kid you not, she said it hurts my eyes. Really? But nonetheless, the point is that under display camera is a distraction. Not for me. I've had this thing for more than a week, and I've never even noticed it. Of course, if you look for it, you're going to see it. You're looking for it, so therefore you see it. But if you're going about your day-to-day business using this tablet / phone, you're not going to notice it either. It's not even going to be a blip on your radar screen. That's the first thing. The second thing is, and I want you to get it through your heads, the under display camera is not a selfie camera. Get it through your head. This phone / tablets has two operating modes. When it's closed, I call it cell mode. When it's open, I call it tablet mode. The under display camera can only be operated when it's in tablet mode. When do you see people taking selfies with a tablet? The only time you see that is when they have to, when there's no other phone available immediately. This is the same thing. You look like a dork trying to take selfies with a tablet. Number two, image quality. That's the big one. That's the one that people are hating the most about. The quality of that so-called selfie camera, which is really an under display camera used for something else, which I will talk about in a minute. People don't like it. They say it's the worst. They say it's not that good. But they're not being fair. They're not being fair at all. Selfies, don't kid yourself. Selfies are for quick, fun pictures that you take at the spur of the moment, or selfies when you meet up with somebody. Hey, click, 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 click. Right? They're never going to be in a gallery somewhere. They're never going to be hung up in your living room somewhere. 99.99% of those selfies will reside in your phone or in the cloud somewhere to be viewed once or twice when it's relevant and then to fall into obscurity. Don't kid yourself. how good does the quality have to be in that regard? And in fact, most of the people you show it to, they won't give a damn about that quality. They'll be like, oh, that's a nice picture. Oh, I love it. They're not going to say, oh, that's hazy. I mean, there are pictures out there now with so-called good cameras, and you have selfies that are absolutely horrible. But people like them anyway because it's not really the quality that they're judging. It's the moment that they're judging. Oh, you look so cute with that. Oh, who was that with you? Uh-huh. And that's what the pictures are for. So what's the purpose of having it? Why not just leave it out altogether? Oh no, I think it's brilliant. This front-facing camera, under display camera is what it's called, I think is the perfect zoom camera. I'm going to call it my zoom camera. I had a Zoom conference the other day, and what a joy it is to have faces on real estate this size, to see all the faces clearly, to hear their voices. And I was on the go. I wasn't in front of my computer. I didn't have a laptop. I had this, and I'm facing Zoom, seeing images perfectly, seeing content perfectly. And this under display camera was good enough that the quality was good enough to see me. And then when I'm done, fold it up and put the thing in my pocket. That is the absolute perfect device for that. And the Fold 3 did its job. So what about the main cameras? The next contention of hate. Yes, there are only 12 megapixels in this one, and this one. The wide, the zoom, and the normal. Each camera only comes 12 megapixels. Only. You can say that with confidence, but you're confusing megapixels with quality. And those two things are not necessarily a true association, or they should be associated with each other. I'll explain. If you want to make large prints of something, you're going to need megapixels, and a lot of them. If you want to take wide shots so you can crop in, you're going to need megapixels, and a lot of them. But if you're going to be taking pictures of food or just hanging out with your friends, those pictures will never be cropped in to get the right composition. They certainly will not be blown up and to be posted on a billboard or anything like that. Where will they be? On your phone, in cloud storage, or you're going to post them somewhere online, which, by the way, is only 72 pixels per inch, which amounts to be 2 megapixels, not 12. Then this phone is just fine for that. These cameras are just fine. I'm not making excuses for the Fold. I simply understand that 12 megapixels is deliberate. It is the exact resolution that you need to have 4K resolution. You need 12 megapixels. And that's why it's 12 megapixels. And that's also why I knew when there were leaks, I knew it was BS when they said it's going to have 12 megapixels and be 8K. You can't have 8K with 12 megapixels if you understand how it works. So that resolution is perfect. And also, given the notion that these cell phones, they have these tiny little sensors, and therefore, at least in my mind, I think, I'm not sure about this, but I would imagine that the pixels themselves are tiny, tiny little things in order for it to be 12 megapixels. If you understand how light works and how the camera captures images, you know that bigger pixels equal higher light content. And the lower the pixel count, the bigger the pixels can be. And on that tiny little sensor, more light coming through is important. You don't believe me? Look up for yourself why the Sony a7S III is the low light king of all mirrorless cameras. Look up the one of the professional cinema cameras, which is the ARRI. I forget which version of it. It is a 4K mega. It is a 4 megapixel beast, and that camera costs like $20,000. It's only 9 megapixels. Again, pixel count and resolution are not necessarily the same thing. Image quality doesn't quite have that same association as some of these reviewers would have you believe. Last contention of hate. The phone is bulky, they say. It's heavy, they say. Exactly. Huh? Yeah, the phone is heavy. The phone is bulky. But again, as I told you before, this is not a phone pretending to be a tablet. This is more like a tablet with all the phone features of the Galaxy series. Say it with me. This is a phone and tablet combined. Think about it. If you were reviewing a tablet or even a mini tablet, would you say that this is heavy? Not for a tablet, it's not. For a phone, yeah. But not for a tablet. Or if someone was to come to you and said, hey, I have this tablet. It can do all of the things that your tablet can do. And on top of that, it even has cell phone functions. And what makes this thing so great is this tablet, I can fold it up and put it in my pocket. Would you say it's bulky then? And by the way, I personally don't find this phone to be bulky in my pocket. Sure, it's thicker. Sure, it's weird. But that's only because I've been used to all these years putting a candy bar shaped phone in my pocket. I could take this phone and because it's narrower, because it's more narrow, I can move this phone adjacent to my wallet in my pocket, which has the same bulk, by the way, and it can fit in there comfortably. Not only that, because this phone is so narrow, I can hold it in my hands like this, and it's much more comfortable than holding a candy bar shaped phone. And I'm much more confident. I don't feel like this phone is going to fall out of my hands at all when I'm holding it. Sometimes I even find myself just holding on to it. It's comfortable. There are some noteworthy things that I don't like about it, however. The battery life. It's not the best. This thing is thirsty for juice, and that's just the way it is. It's thirsty. There's nothing else to be said about it. Number 2, the phone is smooth, and it doesn't have any kind of tabs or anything like that. So it's kind of clumsy to open. You almost have to like pry it at first to get it open. And that sometimes it makes me feel like I got to be very, very careful at how I open it, because I don't want it just to flip out of my hand in trying to open it. I mean, I guess I can get used to it, and I am getting better at it. So, but at first, sometimes it's a little bothersome. Last, despite the fact that Samsung has a great trade-in policy, I haven't seen one better. The phone is still a lot of money. It's expensive. And yeah, Samsung, I appreciate you coming down $200 off the price this year. But man, hook a brother up, man. I mean, you can do better than that. I mean, it's a lot of phone. I got it. And it's a lot of tablet. I got it. Love it, love it, love it. I got a good deal with the trade-in. But hook a brother up, man. Hook a brother up. Come down to $2 more $100. Then we're talking. Overall, this is the best cell phone tablet that's out. Period. Viewing documents, viewing videos, and even social media sites is a complete pleasure on the screen's real estate. I never knew that viewing sites, even like Instagram, say, could be so nice. Wow, it's really, really nice. If you got to see it for yourself. It's just, even Facebook, scrolling up and down and viewing content. It's really, really nice. I know I'm dating myself, Facebook, right? Shut up. Mind your business. Mind your business. As well, Being able to view multiple apps up to 3 at the same time, and even more than that if you want to include floating windows, and all the windows still have an appreciable viewing size. It's the ultimate productivity tool. I mean, you can really find yourself immersed in the experience if you use it to your advantage. If you use it wisely. I mean, there's so many things that you can do and that other phones can do, but not as good. This becomes the ultimate device in productivity and even entertainment. To argue that there are better phones out there simply because they have what you call better cameras, to me, that's a ridiculous argument. No way. I mean, how good do those pictures really need to be, especially considering what you're going to use them for? Nah, you keep your so-called better pictures. As for me, I'm going the functionality route. I ain't hating, I'm loving. And what I'm loving is the Galaxy Fold 3. That's all I got. I'm out. Peace. Oh. Don't forget, you can't be better by being the same. Now, peace.